Hello everyone, welcome to this new series of FSL Field Service Lightning series. I am your FSL SME expert here in Value Hub and I will be guiding you hands-on for today's video. So the agenda for today's video is actually quite simple. I will be telling you, or rather showing you hands-on what a dispatcher console, a Gantt chart and a scheduling optimizer is. So we will get started with the dispatcher console first. What is a dispatcher console? Well, a dispatcher console is the main working space for dispatchers. Now, the dispatchers are the ones who are responsible for dispatching the resources for an appointment. A dispatcher console is also accompanied by a highly customizable Gantt chart. Okay, so the dispatcher console is actually one of the most unique features of FSL. Dispatcher console is what makes an FSL so easy and unique, basically. So I'll show you what the dispatcher console is. Now we'll be moving on to the hands-on section. So this is my org here, and you'll open the field service section. I'm sure you already know how to do this. You come to App Exchange, type on field service, and this opens. Now, after you open field service, you'll click on field service here. It takes around 30 seconds to 1 minute to load this entire page. And so I've already opened it beforehand. So this is the dispatcher console. This left-hand side area here, this is the dispatcher console, and the right-hand side here is the Gantt chart. As you can see, it's written Gantt here. So we will first look at what the dispatcher console contains. So in the dispatcher console, what you've got is the first section that we will look at is the policy. So in the previous video, I've already explained what a scheduling policy, service objectives, work rules, and all of that are, right? So the policy that is followed by the company will be shown in this place in the dispatcher console. If you click on it, you can see customer first, dispatch emergency, emergency, high intensity, soft boundaries, etc. So these are the policies that are followed by this particular company, and customer first is the one that is being currently followed. So that's the policy. Now coming to this area, you can also select other policies and change this policy. Okay, so it's customizable in case you want to change it. Then if you do that, all the appointments will be changed likewise. Okay. So I'm clicking on keeping it customer first since that's the policy that I'm following for now. The next option is service territory filtering. So in service territory filtering, what you do is you select which territory you want to show. So as you can see, I've clicked on showroom 1. So showroom 1 is visible here. If you click on showroom 1 branch 2, showroom 1 branch 2 will be visible here. Now this one is not active in my org, so I cannot really show it to you right now. But showroom 1 is visible. So you have to just click on it and it will be available. Okay, so that's how a territory filtering is done. Also, if you have any service appointment that does not have a territory, you can click on this. This will allow you to show service appointments that are not really associated with the territory. And then in the favorites option, if you have a favorite service territory, then you can select that and show it. So that's territory filtering. Next, we have got the dispatch console settings. Now, in dispatch console settings, it allows you to filter a multitude of options actually. The first one being filtering resources. So if you want to filter a particular number of resources, let's say you want to filter a resource who is not available. You want to exclude the resources who are not available. So you can click on filter resources and only the ones who are available for that particular service appointment time length will be filtered and shown to you. So that's basically what this does. It filters the resources out. Okay. Then you can schedule the window length, which is the number of days that are shown before the selected scheduling horizon in the appointment list. The number of days, you can decrease it, you can increase it if you want. Then you can select on how many service appointments to see per page. It can be 150, 125, 50. I don't really have a lot of service appointments, so it's not really that much of an issue. But it will differ from company to company. If you have way too many service appointments that you would like it filtered down, so that's one thing. Then you can customize the Gantt row height, the filter by duration type. Then you can set the default view to today only. So that's basically it. In dispatch console settings, you can change a lot of things about the Gantt chart and the dispatch console. Okay, so that's dispatch console settings. Now moving on to the horizon and time frame. So in horizon, what happens is you get to set the date. So this is the date for the Gantt chart that is displayed here, 8th February. And 9th February is the date that is displayed to the horizons. If you click on matching Gantt dates, as you can see, this date will automatically change to 8th. So what happens is the dispatcher console and the Gantt chart will have matched dates. So if you uncheck that, then the date will change back to 9th, which means all the appointments on the 9th will be shown here. Okay, so that's what it is. So if you change the date here, let's say I'm bringing it to 16th. Okay, so what happens is in the 16th, nothing will be changing here. As you can see, it's still 8th February, but the horizon here has changed on the 16th. So that's basically what it is. Now we come on to the next part, which is schedule and dispatch. Now in this section, as you can see, all the appointments, their statuses, the earliest start permitted time, along with the date is available. So what the schedule and dispatch does is, the schedule option is, well, it helps you schedule an appointment. If you click on it, you can easily schedule an appointment. You have to click on one and click on schedule and something will be scheduled. Now, since all of these has been scheduled, I cannot really schedule one, but I will show you a dispatch option. So let's say I'm clicking on service appointment number 6 and I click on dispatch. As you can see, a bulk dispatch happens, which is select a service appointment. Well, one has been selected, so I'm clicking on this only and I'm selecting dispatch. And now as you can see, it has been successfully dispatched. That's basically what it is. Now, if you click on this particular service appointment, as you see right now, the information opens up. You can see the account ID, you can see the parent record type, you can see the due date, you can see the parent record ID. You can edit the service appointment if you want, if you don't like the date or anything. If there is some sort of detail that needs to be edited, you can edit that in the detail and the field section. It takes a bit of time to load all of these. So once it loads, you can see the service appointment info, the date and time, the address, everything can be edited here. Even in the feed section, you can book an appointment and file. So it basically makes it extremely easy for you to like work with the service appointment, the work order. Everything that has been done here, the service appointments, the work orders, everything is available here. See, service appointment, this is the work order related editing. So this is the feed. You can book an appointment, you can select the candidates, and there are other also related things like work order line items, the skill requirements, the resource preferences. So basically, a dispatcher console allows you to edit every single feature of that particular service appointment just by clicking one or two things here. You don't even need to open these things. They will automatically adjust to what you're editing here. Okay, that's how easy it is to operate dispatcher console. So this is what a dispatcher console is. Now we'll move on to the Gantt chart. So a Gantt chart is basically a chart that shows you a summarized view of all the service appointments by a particular service resource. Now right now I've only got one resource here, so it kind of looks empty, but I'll take you back to the PPT here. In my PPT, I'll show you what it looks like when it's filled with people like this. See, I'm pretty sure you can see this clearly. You have a huge number of, once you've got like 10, 20 resources, all these will be listed like these, and all of their appointments, their break times, if there is any service resource that's in jeopardy, service appointment that's in jeopardy, everything will be highlighted in here, okay? Now these numbered sections have names of their own. So we will first know what exactly are the parts of the Gantt chart. So we'll go back to the org. The first one is this one. This area is the assessment area. Now in this assessment area, the first one that you have that you can see this clock. This is the total scheduled time for all the loaded territories, which is the total amount of time that you're spending in service appointments for all the territories. That is the total amount of time that is given here is 3 hours. Now you get the average travel time in this star symbol here. This tells you the average travel time per service appointment. This tick mark shows you how many services have been completed. So as you can see, there are only 3 services and none of them have been completed yet. One has been dispatched and 2 are still well scheduled. So none has been completed yet. So that's why it's 0 here. Once it has been completed, it will be updated here, okay? Now this one will show how many service appointments are violating what kind of rule. So no rule violation is happening right now, so you don't really have to worry about that. And this will show you how many services are in jeopardy or how many services require instant attention, okay? So right now, none of a violation, nothing of that sort is happening. So you don't really have to worry. And this jeopardy doesn't really happen unless, let's say, a service appointment is overlapping some other service appointment, or let's say the service appointment is assigned to a resource that is not really available during that time. That's when this kind of rule violation occurs. Okay. So that's really nothing, and that is the first part. This first area. Now we'll move on to the second area, that is the filtering. Now this filtering area is actually very interesting because it allows you to filter a lot of qualities of this Gantt chart. The first one that you can filter is the hours that you want to show. So the number of hours that you want to show, this is a 24-hour length. You can click on this, just drag it, and you can show up to 20, 23. As you can see, I want to show it from 8 to 23. So as you can see, 22.59 is the last year. If I want to show it from, let's say, 4 in the morning, you can see 4 right here. It's starting from 4 to 22.59, which is 22 here, 23 here. So that's the number of hours that is editable. There are also a lot of other features, such as if you want to show the weekends, if you want to highlight the weekends, you can do that. Then you can go to resources and you can sort by their names, their capacity basis, their activities. Like if they are active, then the resources will be shown. Only the resources who are active can be shown here, and the ones that are not active, they will not be shown. They will be excluded. So you can also sort your resources based on that. You can sort your resource based on your resource type. You can sort your resource based on average utilization. There are different features that you can sort them on, and you'll learn them one by one as you get more accustomed to using FSL actually. So you can also select it from here. If you want to show working resources only, then you can click this. If you want to show active resources only, then you can click here and the active resources will appear. So that's one thing. Then you can select, you can also filter your resources based on their skills. So their skill set, based on their skill set. So Vinita here has a skill set of maintenance. So if I am to select a skill set that Vinita does not have, let's say paint. Paint is not a skill set that Vinita has, right? So I'm clicking on paint. And as you see, as I clicked on paint, Vinita disappeared. Why? Because she was not assigned this particular skill set. So only the resources who have this particular skill set will be shown, right? So this is not available. So that's the thing. Now, if I uncheck this part, Vinita appears again because she has maintenance, right? So that's one thing. Now I'm removing maintenance for now. Okay, now I'll go back to filtering. So now we can also filter based on the utilization factors. So in utilization filtering here, you get to choose what are the factors that considers, like while calculating utilization percentage of a service resource, as in how much time you have utilized or what exactly they're doing. You can choose what factors are to be considered. You can choose if they are to be considering how many hours they've spent in appointments or how many hours they've been absent, what are their overtime periods, what's their travel time period, then what are the break hours that they've taken. Everything can be calculated. Okay, and you can exclude them if you want to, or you can include them if you want to. Then we have got palettes, and you can change the color palette if you want. So just click on this. If there is any color palette that is already been made by the Salesforce standard, which is this color, blue and yellow. If you don't like this particular color, then you can change it. I'm clicking on a palette that has already been made by me. It's a custom palette, so I'm just clicking on it just to show you how this works. So just click on apply palette here. As you can see, the color has changed from yellow and blue to just a bland orange. So this was just for example purposes. Now we'll click on the filter again, and you can open the palette editor to create a palette. So you can create a custom palette here if you want to. Okay. So that's the thing. You can click on new palette here and you can give the name, description, and you can select the colors right below. There's the color option, and you can click on save and the palette will be created. So that's basically how a Gantt palette is created. Gantt palette is created. My bad. I'm using the default palette again because I don't really like the orange color. Right. So this is basically the filtering section. Now we come on to the time frame. Now the time frame here is this. This is the time frame section. So this is the date of today, which is, if I click on today, my date changes here, 13th of February. I can go forward, I can go backward if I want to, I can go back. This is the calendar. I can change the date. I can go back to 8th February, as you can see this right here. Then we've also got different ways to showcase our Gantt chart. So if I want to see 2 weeks performance altogether, let's say, so I just click on 2 weeks and you can see from 8th to 21st, every day is being shown with every appointment right here. On 8th Feb, you've got appointments. On 13th Feb, we've got appointments like that. Let's say I want to see a 7-day. 7-day, I've got weekly features like this. So this is how it works. You can do many different features actually in day. that is 8th of the 8th was the default that I have selected. So that's the end date that I'm seeing. Then you can also see daily, which is also once again 8th Feb from 8th Feb because that's the default. And for 2 days, 8th and 9th together. Then you can also see for 3 days, 8th to 10th together, and all of those. So these are basically the features for time frame and horizon. Okay. Then we have got the chart area. Well, like I showed you already in the PPT, once the chart is populated, it kind of looks like this. Since we don't really have a lot of data in the new org, so it looks empty here. Don't worry about that. So this is the chart area, and this will show you the service appointments. As you can see, these yellowed parts, these are the service appointments. These are the resources, and these blue tea breaks are basically the break time of the service resources. These are the tea break times. Tea break as in the lunch break time, basically. So this is overall what a dispatcher console and a Gantt chart is. Now the Gantt chart also has a special feature, a separate feature actually called a map. Now the map is nothing but a bird's eye point of view. So basically what happens is all of these scheduled dispatched service appointments, sorry. So all of these dispatched service appointments will be shown all together in this place. Like let's say this is your service territory. So you can see all your dispatched service territories here. Everything will be arranged. Okay, so that's basically what your map shows. So the map is a very simple feature actually. It's nothing really that special. Just it helps you see everything from a zoomed perspective. You can zoom out, you can zoom in. That's more like it. Now the thing about maps, there is one thing that's a very unique feature that is given in these maps. It is polygons. Now polygons are, what exactly are these? Well, polygons are temporary service territories. So let's say something happens, some kind of a situation happens with a customer, and you need a service resource to immediately go to that customer's place. But you don't have any service territories assigned to that particular place. You don't have a service territory in there. Okay. So how will you reach the customer? Well, polygons provide you an easy way. They can help you edit a temporary service territory. What do you have to do? All you have to do is you click on new, write a polygon name. I'm just giving temp for temporary. You can select a color of the polygon. I'll go with violet. And once that has been done, as you can see, my cursor has changed from an arrow to a plus. So just click on it once here. I'll cancel this. I made a mistake. My apologies. So I'll click on it one more time, and I'll show it to you. So this is the polygon. And let's say I click it here, and then you drag. And once you drag, just stop at whatever place you want. So this is just for examples. I'm just showing it to you. Click once again. This line has been confirmed. You drag again. Click one more time. That has been confirmed. Then you have to drag again and finally connect it to that. And this polygon has been created. So this is basically how it is. Now you can also double click and drag this polygon to another place. So let's say I want to go with this New Mexico area. So I'm dragging it here. So this is basically how a polygon works. Polygons without service territory basically. So I can also drag it to Iowa or Wisconsin area. There. I can also change the color if I want to. There you go. The color is changing easily. And then finally I save this polygon. So once I've saved it, as you can see, it is highlighted by bold. So this is the temporary service territory that I've created for my service resources to provide their services in. So that's how a polygon works. A polygon allows you to create a service territory, well, temporarily for better servicing. Okay. So this is the feature, a unique feature that is given by the map for a Gantt chart. And this is the Gantt chart. So overall, what we learned is we learned about a dispatcher console, we learned about a Gantt chart, and we saw what a map can do. Now coming on to the final topic, that is the scheduling optimizer. Now what exactly is the scheduling optimizer? Well, the scheduling optimizer in FSL is kind of an inbuilt feature that helps you to automatically optimize all your schedules. It helps you to avoid overlaps or any factors in travel time and skill level, etc. It also allows you to create the most efficient schedule possible. Okay. So basically all the factors of the like the policies and everything, will be calculated to make scheduling the easiest part in your job. Okay, the most efficient schedule possible will be created. So that's what a scheduling optimizer is. Now it's an inbuilt feature, so you don't really have to worry about what to do and how to do it. Scheduling optimizer kind of works on the background to help you do your job in the best way possible. So in today's video, we learned about dispatcher console, Gantt chart, the maps, and scheduling optimizer. If you've got any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section and I will try my best to reply to your answers. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye, and thank you so much for accompanying me for today.